Coming up on 5 Minute News. Israel-Hamas agree on 4-day truce, hostage release and aid into Gaza. Judge finds evidence that Tesla knew of Autopilot defect. And Thanksgiving travel expected to break pre-pandemic records. It's Wednesday, November 22. I'm Anthony Davis. Qatar on Wednesday announced a truce for hostages deal between Israel and Hamas that would bring the first temporary halt in fighting in a devastating 6-week war, win freedom for dozens of hostages held in the Gaza Strip, and also lead to the release of Palestinian prisoners. Qatar's foreign ministry said it would announce within a day when the clock will start ticking on a 4-day truce, during which 50 hostages will be released in exchange for Palestinian prisoners held by Israel. Those freed by both sides will be women and children. Humanitarian aid to besieged Gaza would also increase. The announcement came hours after Israel's cabinet approved the deal. It capped weeks of indirect Qatari-led negotiations between Israel and Hamas, an Islamic militant group that has ruled Gaza for 16 years. The United States and Egypt were also involved in stop-and-go talks to free hostages. Hamas said the deal includes the release of 50 hostages and 150 Palestinian prisoners, all women and minors. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said the deal calls for a 4-day ceasefire, during which Israel will halt its military offensive in Gaza while Hamas frees at least 50 of the roughly 240 hostages it and other militants are holding. Ahead of a cabinet vote, which came after a 6-hour meeting stretching into the early morning, Netanyahu said the war against Hamas would resume after the truce expires. Despite his tough words, the government statement said the truce would be extended an extra day for every additional 10 hostages released by Hamas. A longer-term lull could lead to pressure, both international and domestic, for Israel to end its war without achieving its goal of destroying Hamas's military capabilities. A Florida judge has found reasonable evidence that Tesla chief executive Elon Musk and other managers knew the automaker's vehicles had a defective autopilot system but still allowed the cars to be driven unsafely, according to a ruling. Judge Reed Scott in the Circuit Court for Palm Beach County ruled last week that the plaintiff in a lawsuit over a fatal crash could proceed to trial and bring punitive damages claims against Tesla for intentional misconduct and gross negligence. The ruling is a setback for Tesla after the company won 2 product liability trials in California earlier this year over the Autopilot driver assistance system. The Florida lawsuit arose out of a 2019 crash north of Miami in which owner Stephen Banner's Model 3 drove under the trailer of an 18-wheeler big rig truck that had turned onto the road, shearing off the Tesla's roof and killing Banner. A trial set for October was delayed and has not been rescheduled. The judge's summary of the evidence is significant because it suggests alarming inconsistencies between what Tesla knew internally and what it was saying in its marketing. The Florida judge found evidence that Tesla engaged in a marketing strategy that painted the products as autonomous and that Musk's public statements about the technology had a significant effect on the belief about the capabilities of the products. The judge also cited a 2016 video showing a Tesla vehicle driving without human intervention as a way to market Autopilot. The beginning of the video shows a disclaimer which says, "The person in the driver's seat is only there for legal reasons. The car is driving itself," it said. A severe storm system moving up the eastern seaboard of the United States on Tuesday appeared likely to disrupt the busiest travel period of the year, with more than 55 million people expected to travel before the Thanksgiving holiday. Thunderstorms were forecast from the lower Mississippi Valley to the mid-Atlantic region from Tuesday through Wednesday morning, while snow was expected to fall on parts of northern New England, the U.S. National Weather Service said. The severe weather was likely to cause delays and additional congestion during the busiest travel period in the country since 2019, before the COVID-19 pandemic. Industry group Airlines for America forecast that U.S. airlines would carry some 29.9 million passengers between November 17th and November 27th. Most of those traveling were expected to drive, possibly motivated by a drop in gasoline prices from 2022. Los Angeles International Airport was expecting 2.5 million passengers in the Thanksgiving travel period, or 92% of its record-setting year of 2019. Still, many Americans are willing to brave the crowds to meet with distant family, as is tradition in the U.S. 5 Minute News is an Evergreen podcast covering politics, inequality, health and climate, delivering independent, unbiased and essential world news daily. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. The holidays are right around the corner, and HelloFresh can take the stress out of dinner by delivering everything you need to cook up tasty meals right to your door, saving you tons of time. Just like always, HelloFresh's ingredients travel from the farm to your front door, so you know they're fresh, and everything arrives pre-portioned so you can get right to cooking quick. HelloFresh makes cooking so easy and fast, I've personally been inspired to do more home cooking because of it. Go to hellofresh.com/5minutefree and use code 5minutefree for free breakfast for life. One breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life at hellofresh.com/5minutefree with code 5minutefree. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.